Barbie for Keep It Simple Paper Crafts. I'm back with you again today for this awesome crop. Are you guys having fun? I love the idea of getting to create and have games and prizes all from the comfort of home. I think that's awesome. Never having to worry if you brought enough glue dots or if you have to bum something off of a friend, you have it all in your stash at home, am I right? Anyway, I'm super excited because I'm going to share with you today some of our Back to Basics collection. Now, I know that we've talked about this one before, but we didn't really get to dig deep into that one. So let's do that today. Now, I don't know if you know about our Back to Basics collection. However, it's 7 paper packs in 7 beautiful colors. This is just one example, our Royal collection. What's really cool about it is that it's varying shades of the same color blue. So you can have light blue, dark blue, and everywhere in between. And then there's a whole bunch of tone-on-tone patterns that are really pretty. So obviously we can make projects that are all blue, but the beauty of it is that you can incorporate it into with your other supplies and use those with these papers as well. Now, not only is there patterned paper included, but there's also a sheet of die cuts as well, and they're super versatile, really basic, just like the name implies, tags and photo corners and all kinds of awesome things like that. And as I said before, 7 different colors. So mix and match them, use them with your favorite paper collections, use them on their own. Either way, the 80-pound felt weave paper is absolutely beautiful, super high quality, and you're going to love using it. Now we have something new for you today that I want to share with you. That's right. Enamel Dots Back to Basics now includes enamel dots, 7 different shades that coordinates perfectly with the paper packs. So just like the paper packs, you have the various shades of the color. So for example, the different shades of lilac, and it's so pretty. It's a great value and just the best embellishment to go on any project you can imagine. Now, one other thing that we have in our Back to Basics collection is we have our stamps. Now, I have showed you these before, but they're so cool, I couldn't help but share them with you today. So we have amazing sentiments that you can build and mix and match and make all kinds of different sentiments based on your own needs. So if you have something really specific, chances are you can do it with the stamp sets. But we also have alphabets. There's 2 of them. And they're so cool. They're just really versatile, super basic, again, like the name implies. And you're going to be able to use them in all your different projects. Use them on cards, layouts, in your planner, whatever. They're awesome. So now I have a whole bunch of awesome projects that I'm going to share with you in just a little bit, and we're going to make 3 of them. And I hope you're going to love it. But before we do that, I want to share with you that we have a 20% off code for you today for all of the Back to Basics items. That's right, 20% off any of these paper packs, the enamel dots, or the stamps as well. Use the code JULY12, JULY12, and you'll receive 20% off the Back to Basics collection through July 26th. So if you're not really sure, maybe you want to go back, you want to watch, check out some of the different colors in the collection, you can do that and get 20% off. And don't forget that we have free shipping on all orders over $100. Now, like I said, we're going to do a little bit of creating, and that's what we're here for today, am I right, with this awesome crop? So let's get to creating, shall we? All right, I showed you those fantastic enamel dots that we have now to match each of our Back to Basics collection packs, but you didn't get to see them up close, and that just didn't feel right, am I right? I mean, look how pretty these are, like a whole rainbow of enamel dots. And imagine that you have your favorite color and you can have an entire package of them. Look at that. You have 3 different sizes and 3 different shades of all the same color. Now, what's cool about these, in addition to the sizes and the color, is the height. They are tall enough to give your projects dimension, but they're not too tall that you're feeling like maybe they're not going to fit in your page protectors or they're going to be too terribly bumpy for the mail. Now, I just love how these all look together and how you can mix and match them for all of your different projects. You get 60 dots in a package. Isn't that amazing? So now, I don't know about you, but we also have stamps, and I love stamping. And I don't know if you have checked these out yet, but they are perfect. We have 4 sentiment stamp sets, and they are thank you, birthday, congratulations, and get well. Now, the cool thing about these is that we have a variety of fonts. So you might want a hand script, you might want block letters, you could color those in, maybe just a simple typewriter. Whatever your personal preference is, we have it. And even better, on the back, we show you how you could possibly mix and match the stamps to create the perfect sentiment for you. Now, obviously, you can use whichever pieces that you want, but if you're feeling a little bit stuck, don't forget to check the back because there's lots of different ideas. And at $19.99, these are an amazing deal. You get 41 stamps for thank you, 48 for birthday. I mean, come on, this is awesome. But not only do we have stamps for sentiments, we also have alphabet stamps. Check out these guys. Aren't those awesome? I'm a big fan of the Bell outline because you can use these on patterned paper. You can use them all over the place. But Scarlet is so pretty and just really versatile. I'm thinking I might try these out in my planner this week. We'll have to see. But you already know all about, I hope anyway, our collection packs. Have you seen these? Oh my gosh, I know I've talked to you about them. We have Ruby, we have Mango, Lemon, Jade, Royal, Lilac, and let's not forget the beautiful Rose. Now, we have lots of really beautiful neutral patterns. So you have buffalo plaid, you have polka dot, you have herringbone and plaid, all kinds of things that are going to coordinate really well with maybe your other themed patterned paper. So maybe you have a patterned paper about a little boy. Well, why not add in some of our Royal collection pack, or perhaps Jade if it goes. All of these different patterns are perfect for matching other patterns that are a little bit more specific. The paper is beautiful. It's got this gorgeous felt weave texture. It's 80 pounds. It's substantial. It's really beautiful to work with. But you know what's really cool about these collection packs? Not only the colors and the patterns that are included, but also each collection pack comes with this amazing ephemera sheet. So you get photo corners and tags and frames and labels. You already are ready to go straight away from purchasing the collection pack because you have embellishments and paper included in each collection pack. Isn't that amazing? I absolutely love it. So whether or not you love patterned paper, or maybe you're looking for some embellishments or an alphabet stamp, Back to Basics has you covered. And this collection coordinates with several of our other collections as well. And so you're going to be able to make something spectacular. We just know it. So speaking of making, let's do that, shall we?
All right, since we're cropping today, let's get to creating. Now, I'm going to create this love layout with you, and I just absolutely love it. We used our Ruby collection pack, and it is the best. It's got a lot of beautiful tone-on-tone patterns. I love the florals and the buffalo plaid. They all just work together so well, especially because you have different variations of the same beautiful red color. Now, let's go ahead and get started. I did pre-cut the cut file already because I didn't want to take the time away off screen to cut that out for you. Look how fun that is. It's just perfect for adding photos as well. We're going to use this beautiful bandana pattern as the background, but look at the cute plaid on the flip side. Now, it's not obviously has to be a bandana pattern. That's just what I think of every time I see it. And look how the cut file just pops right off the back of that patterned paper. I absolutely love it. Now, I did also already get to work, but let's start by trimming off the top, just the little strip off the top with the name of the patterned paper, and then we can really get down to the fun part, which is the gluing and the photos and all of the beautiful embellishments. Now you can see how I already added the patterned paper to the L and the E, but I left the V so that we could do that part together. I also added the photo, but this beautiful floral paper is just perfect. On the back there is a lovely little Swiss dot pattern. You could use it for just about anything, don't you think? I'm going to use a little bit of wet glue along the edges of this to adhere it to the patterned paper. Now this is not the only way that you can do this to get this effect, to use these open cut files. You can use your silhouette and any other way that you are comfortable with. This was just the way that we could do this here together on screen and still create the layout together. So I'm just going to use it by gluing the patterned paper and fussy cutting just using a pair of scissors. Now I'm going to line the bottom of the V up with the bottom of my patterned paper and make sure that we've got a good solid bond with the patterned paper and the cut file, and then I'm going to get to trimming. I'm just trimming around the outside of the cut file and removing the excess patterned paper. I had already trimmed it down to a more manageable size. It's a little bit easier to get those cuts when you do that ahead of time, but I'm just removing the patterned paper. But like I said, if this is not your preferred way, you should absolutely do it the way that you are most comfortable. This just allows you to do it without using the silhouette or your computer, which sometimes I just really want to be tactile and use my hands. So now I'm going to finish off over trimming out by the E and we'll be finished. I love all the different patterns that we used here. We have some more graphic with the buffalo plaid, but then we also have this floral that adds that element of nature and the more organic. Now we're going to also use foam squares so that we can pop this up off the page and give it some beautiful dimension. I'm adding enough not only to have it stick to the paper, but also to provide support throughout the entire cut file. So we'll just go ahead and stick it down in the middle of the page, and then there's still a little bit of room that we can add a little bit more. What is missing? Definitely some journaling, that's for sure. I love to add journaling, but not much longer. Let's punch out from the ephemera, that nice big block right there, and we will take the typewritten journaling that I already did on the computer and adhere it. And I am going to use my sticky glue pen. You can see that right here. It's got like a ball or a gel point tip like a pen, and so I can adhere just little bits of glue exactly where I want them. I'm going to work my way up because I'm going to layer this spot behind the cut file, and so I just wanted to make sure that I left plenty of room, and working from the bottom up was the perfect way. I'm also adding the journaling to the right side of this so that I can also add another cute little embellishment on the left hand side. Now, like I said, I'm going to tuck this behind the cut file, and I just love this. It really brings the focal point down to the journaling, which I think is so important, and just really brings the focus down there, and it looks fantastic. But what's left? Maybe a little bit of embellishing. That's what's so cool about these ephemera sheets. There's so many different elements included. You absolutely can not only embellish your page, but journal and highlight all kinds of things. So we're just adding that cute little heart right there on the journaling. I just love it. It's so whimsical and fun. And then we're just going to add a few more of these hearts at the top of the cut file as well, so that we can just have a little bit of embellishment. But really, with this big beautiful cut file and all of these patterned papers, we didn't need a whole lot of embellishing. We didn't want to compete with the photo, and this way it's just simple and really striking, even though it's very simple. So do you love it? I absolutely do. I cannot wait to create more, and I definitely have more to share with you. Let's check it out.
I don't know about you, but I thought this love layout was beautiful, and I had a great time making it. Did you try your hand at it yet? Now we have even more than that though. Look at this, using our mango collection, this little Lego love layout. This is so much fun. I love the buffalo plaid background. It's just perfect, but the solid Lego just goes perfectly. That tone on tone really pops. I love it. And then the series of photos, so cute. Now, maybe yellow's more your speed, and I can't say I blame you because look how beautiful this layout with our lemon collection is. And these flowers are just gorgeous. They're just the same little flower background layered on top of each other, and they look absolutely beautiful. And tons of journaling. I just love that so much. Now, let's not forget we've got Jade, and Jade is gorgeous. It just matches these photos perfectly. Don't you love that? And the little tags sticking out with this scalloped detail, all of these are included in the collection packs. Isn't that awesome? Now, I mean, speaking of collection packs, how about we make something else, shall we?
But look at that beautiful card we're going to create next. I am just so in love with the design of this card. And I think once you see how easy it is to make, you will be too. Look at all those wonderful patterns that we used together, all from the Lilac Collection Pack. You have herringbone and floral and dots, just so many beautiful patterns that work perfectly together. And newsflash, it is so easy. Let's do it. We're going to use the Get Well Back to Basics stamp set, and there are so many different fonts and things to say here, but the best part, if you're feeling a little bit low in inspiration, you can just turn it over and there's already printed ideas on the back of phrases that you could send for a card. Isn't that awesome? I love these stamp sets. The fonts are just perfect and they are wonderful for a wide variety of uses. Now the ephemera sheets that came in the Lilac Collection Pack, we're going to use this little label. And newsflash, it comes in all the ephemera, or in all the collection packs. So each color, isn't that awesome? Look at all the beautiful designs. What a great value. I love it. So we're going to stamp right on this label, and I'm going to take the love stamp and use that one first. And I'm going to use Versa Fine ink. You can use whatever your favorite black stamping ink is, or if you prefer to use a different color, that's okay too, but we are going to use the black VersaFine, and I'm going to ink it up and then stamp the love right there on the label using firm and even pressure. And then woohoo, we'll also add the little script U as well. And I love this font. It's so classic, but it really just adds a little something special to this. So we'll use this for next to the word love, and we will line up the top of both stamps, so the love and the U. Isn't that awesome? I love how that looks. And it leaves a little bit of room for something extra special. Now I already created a panel with the flags down the center, and then we will work on assembling the rest of this together. We used a variety of different patterns, and I used this Fisker's punch to punch out those flags. It's really cool. You can do both of these labels, and then it's also an eyelet setter as well. Isn't that cool? Anyway, I thought that was a really neat tool to create this card, and I just love how they all come together and it works so great. Now we're going to use these flags. They're trimmed down a little bit. You can see that it's about 1/4 of an inch that we've trimmed off. And you can also check the project sheet that we'll link up on our blog that'll have step-by-step instructions how to do this as well, in case maybe I went too fast or you couldn't catch it, or because there's a lot of stuff to cover today, am I right? So we're adhering the flag and then trimming off the edge. Did you see that? So just half of the flag on that side and then simply trimming the rest. Then now we'll use the whole flag here in the middle, and I just love that, how by alternating the way that the placement of these, we're able to create a really varied look that's beautiful. Again, just a little bit of adhesive and it'll straddle both of those flags. And then look at that. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, so it's a little bit wonky. I'm going to peel it up and I'm going to put it back down just so we can get it on there a little bit straighter than it was before. And then we just have one more. So we'll add a little bit of adhesive on one side of the flag, stick it down. Look at that. Okay, and then just trim off the excess. Look at that, so cool. Now we just have the top that we need to finish up there. I'm going to start in the middle this time and show you what it looks like to work our way out from there. So I'll just straddle those two flags on the top and adhere that down and then do the same thing right next to that. All right, so now we need to just do the two edges, which is awesome. You are adding a little bit of adhesive to one side, just like before, and then trimming off the excess that hangs over the edge of that panel. And we'll do the same thing with that last flag over on the left side. Now, I love this little star pattern, especially in this lilac color. It's just beautiful, and I can think of just so many different ways to use that beautiful and delicate star pattern. Anyway, adding a little bit of adhesive to one side, adhering it down, make sure we've got a nice bond, and then trimming off the excess that's hanging over the edge of the panel. Isn't that cool? I love it. I love how it turns. Now this strip is awesome because we're going to place it across the center. I've already cut the little tails on the edges, and we're going to place some adhesive, and we'll just lay it over where those two flags came together in the center, covering that all up. Isn't that amazing? It's not very difficult, and it's a very simple thing, but it really just amazes me how it really brings everything together and it looks so cohesive. Now I've added the base of the card, we've adhered that together with that panel, and now we're going to start working on that sentiment. I did trim up a couple of doilies just to be able to add to the back of this little label. Now they're very simple, and I didn't add very much of them at all. It's really only just peeking out the top as an accent. It's not meant to detract away from any of the rest of the card. Just build upon it and add a little bit of fun, beautiful texture. Now on the ephemera sheet, there are some super cute little hearts included. Look at that beautiful pattern and how cute it looks on the heart. We're going to add a little bit of dimension with a foam square on the back of this one and just attach it that way. And it's just so cute. Am I right? So now we can do the exact same thing with the label by using the foam square so that we can adhere it to the card itself, but also give that a little bit of support as well. I just love how that is. But we're not all done. I know it looks like we could be, but let's add a little bit of bling because it's always better, right? So these clementine rhinestones are perfect. There's a couple of little purple ones in there, and they really just add the perfect amount of shimmer and shine. Don't you think so? Wasn't this so fun? Well, let's not stop here. Let's check out even more inspiration.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? But that is not all the fun we've got. That is for sure. We have even more today to get your creative juices flowing because, I mean, this is a crop, am I right? So this blue Gatorade layout, it's going to look real familiar here in a minute, and we're going to talk all about it. I guess that's kind of a spoiler, am I right? All right, but look how cute this princess layout is. Oh my gosh, and all the little labels down the side, that is adorable. And the repeating scallops, but if you look closely, they might be repeating, but look at those beautiful patterns all on this page. And I mean, this princess title, believe it or not, it's actually got some dimension and it's awesome. Tip, one way you can do this is cut the same thing over and over again and adhere them together. Maybe like 3 of the exact one, adhere them together, and voila, you have something dimensional. And this is probably my favorite piece in all of the Back to Basics collection packs. I just can't help it. The purple stars are just so pretty. Now, last but not least is Ballerina Pink, and this layout just, oh my gosh, I love it. From the plaid to the grid, but this adorable, wonderful little fringe heart is just the cutest. You could use some pinking shears and go to town on some strips of patterned papers. And look at this, little hearts backing the flowers to make little leaves. Oh my gosh, so cute. Am I right? And who doesn't love journaling? I just absolutely love it. Now, remember that blue Gatorade layout that I already showed you? Let's make it, shall we? Let's do it.
All right, I could not wait any longer to share with you this blue Gatorade layout. It is so cute, and I just love all the blue on blue on blue. It's just not a color we get to see enough, and I absolutely love how we are going to mix it up with all the patterns and the various shades of blue included in the collection pack. Now, I already started because I wanted to add the machine stitching to this page, and I didn't want to have to do that off camera. So I've added the dots and the stripes and the buffalo plaid, and not to mention a nice white border on our photo to really make it pop. It is just perfect on top of all of this blue paper. I love it. Now we are going to use the ephemera included, and first we're going to use the photo corners. So I'm going to pop one of that out and just use a tiny bit of wet glue to adhere that right here. It's got a nice fine tip so I can get it exactly where I want it, and I'm going to just add that right there to that corner, but that's not all you're going to find up there in that upper left hand corner. We are also going to go back to the ephemera sheet. Can you believe how many things are included? And we're going to use this beautiful scallop frame. Now the scallop frame is next to or outside of that beautiful little buffalo plaid frame. We've got some dots inside that as well, and then you'll see the tag in a little bit. But this frame is not quite big enough for this photo, but that actually works out great because I really actually only want the accents in the left hand corner, because the right hand we're going to have a whole bunch of embellishing anyway. So I'll add some adhesive to that top left corner and then adhere it down on top of that frame. I love the little scallop detail peeking out. It's so cute, don't you think? I love it. So now we're going to just lay it out where it's going to go without adhering it quite yet, because I want to add the things that I'm going to layer behind it before I add the adhesive. So I added a little bit of twine to this cute tag, the one that I just mentioned, and we're just going to lay it right behind there. Isn't that so cool? The plaid looks amazing with all the rest of the patterns, don't you think? I really love it. So we're going to add the foam squares just so we can give it some dimension to this page, and then I'm going to also add some extras to give it stability as well. All right, now we'll go ahead and add that right to this page, still leaving room for the rest of our title as well, because we're not quite finished yet. But now we're going to go ahead and pop out this big, beautiful little spot that's perfect for journaling. It's just decorative and it also has lines. So I've already printed the journaling, and I'm going to use the Quickie glue pen yet again to add that, because the strips are so thin, and that works out great because I'm able to add a lot of journaling, but it doesn't leave a ton of room for adhesive. Now you should use whatever adhesive you're most comfortable with, but I love how I can really use this Quickie glue to get in these tiny little spaces without having a big struggle there. Now as we get down towards the bottom, I'm going to stagger the journaling all off to the left hand side so that we can add a couple of embellishments on the right hand side without covering the journaling. Now by embellishments, I mean some more of the amazing ephemera included in the collection pack. And this time we're just going to use a couple of the really cute flowers, the light blue and the dark blue, and we'll leave the medium color blue for a little bit later. Now I'm just going to add the adhesive right on the back, and then we'll layer that on top of the lighter one. And I just love that. They just look so perfect nestled there right next to the journaling and on top of that journaling spot as well. But look at here, we're going to use the royal dots. Isn't that so exciting? I'm really excited to use these for the first time on this layout. They're so beautiful, and obviously they match perfectly and make the perfect floral centers as well. So now we're going to do the same thing with the foam squares. We're going to pop this off the page just for that beautiful dimension, and we're going to layer it on top of the tag and also the photo as well. But we're not finished there because we need to add that last little floral right there in the corner. It makes a perfect little visual triangle of all those cute little flowers, and it just really makes this corner feel just beautiful and complete. Now we need to finish off the title, am I right? So the same thing is true. I used the silhouette to cut this out of the impact font. However, I want to use that quickie glue pen because it's still very small and it helps me get in those small spaces of those alphabets. So we'll just add the glue and line those all right on top of the word Gatorade. Now again, please feel free to use whatever glue that works best for you. I just love this one because it really helps all those tiny details not get overloaded with the adhesive. All right, so we've got those all stuck down and they look amazing. Now I am going to pop out this cute little heart and add it to the title. It's just the perfect little accent, don't you think? I just absolutely love it. Now don't forget that you can save 20% off all of the Back to Basic items in the Keep It Simple shop and free shipping over $100. You can use the code JULY12, JULY12, for the 20% off, and you don't need a code for the free shipping. Thank you so much for your support of Keep It Simple and also for the Scrapbook Expo at Home events, and we can't wait to see you again really soon. Thanks so much and make it a great day.